What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros podcast.
Hello, everybody. Episode number 38. Today is August 10th, 2020.
Yeah, 2020, man. We're still in 2020.
Yeah.
We're over halfway though, so that's good.
No, it's not going to end. I actually just got the horn, and it's extended indefinitely. We don't know if it's going to come to an end, but
well, to add to 2020 woes, I don't know if you felt the earthquake, but there was an earthquake that hit Sparta, North Carolina, early Sunday morning, and it was kind of. My wife Brittany woke me up, and because she thought it was like the dogs, because when one of our dogs, our husky, she scratches her collar jingles and like the little dog tag jingles, whatever.
Yeah.
And our dressers have like the kind of like the
little knob, the little hooks.
Yeah, but it moves and stuff, so you can like jiggle it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's what we heard waking up, and it was just like, wait, the dogs are downstairs. What's going on? And then we're like, holy crap, I think it's an earthquake. And then sure enough, like mom texted us like a minute later, and did you feel that?
This was at 8 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Yeah, I didn't feel it, but I heard some people did, especially around the Boone area. They got it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to like feel that in the mountains or something.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. There was an earthquake in North Carolina, only a 5.1 on the Richter scale.
Yeah,
which isn't too high. I saw a meme of like some like it was like a plastic table and some plastic chairs and one falling over, and the caption was like, "We will rebuild."
Yeah. So yeah, nothing crazy. I know like some places in Sparta, some places got like especially like grocery stores and stuff. A lot of stuff got knocked off the shelf, and I saw a couple of like cracks in some pavement and stuff like that. But it didn't seem like it was too bad or anything. But still kind of crazy. You don't feel earthquakes too much in North Carolina and like the surrounding area. So
yeah, we're not in California, so we're not feeling it every other day.
But Nick, how was well, I kind of know how your week was because we were on vacation.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, I think there's something going on with my connection because we were having trouble streaming Apple TV earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I upgraded to 1,000 megabits. I bought a new router and a new what's the other thing called? Modem. I bought a new modem, and we're still getting like 50 megabits down here. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's kind of like how remember like mom and dad's old house, we would be constantly yelling at them to like reset the router and stuff because like the internet was good, like it was always decent, like when you plugged it directly in, but like the Wi-Fi
it just wouldn't resonate throughout the house.
Yeah, it was poo-poo.
But this shouldn't be bad because we're just in an apartment, so I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're even frozen on my screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, we ended up not going to the beach because of the hurricane. It kind of did a ton of damage to the place where we were going to. So luckily, our uncle has a house in the mountains that we were able to kind of quickly go to, and I was looking forward to the beach, but it was a fun trip hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, it was. Played some Magic the Gathering.
Yep, that was fun.
Played some Clubhouse games.
Clubhouse, man, such a classic.
Yeah. Did some adventuring out in Boone. Some pseudo roller coaster riding. So it was a good time. Good to take a few days off and have a nice vacation.
Yeah, it was great to, and it was like super cool down there too, or up there. So like it was
nice.
Like it never got above like 75, which is really nice. Because as soon as we got home, we were our one of our friends came over, and we were like sweating outside underneath our awning, and I was like, I didn't miss this at all. This is horrible.
Yeah, going from Florida to Boone, there was just such a stark difference.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But aside from that, which was a great vacation to take, just got back into DC on Saturday night. Sunday, got a new iPhone, upgraded from an iPhone 8 to an iPhone 11.
Now, what made you upgrade? It was like just kind of it was time.
my hole was really loose, and
Your hole.
yeah, my charging hole.
Oh, gotcha. I was
Yeah,
like, you're a headphone jack?
no, there's no headphone jacks.
So how does that feel to not having a headphone jack anymore? I guess you got AirPods, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't have one with my iPhone 8,
Oh, that's right. Okay.
which got a little annoying because I couldn't even use like my plug-in headphones anymore because they just wouldn't register unless I jiggled it around, and it had to stay like in one kind of off location. So
Yeah, it's kind of
it was
annoying.
kind of time. My battery was giving out, and I mean, which freaking happens to every iPhone. I spent a lot of my car ride back to DC complaining about Apple because of my laptop problems and the fact that I have to go
And then
in
you bought a new phone.
store. Yeah, I was complaining so much. I was like, oh God, Apple is just such a lame ecosystem that you can't get out of once you get in. And then I got home and I was like, I'm gonna get an iPhone.
I mean, but like, I don't know. I've never owned an Android, but like, just so I think a few years ago I got one of those Microsoft Surface Go tablets,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really nice and it's cool to have. But like, just having like an iPad and like it's so simple. Like I can't download. There's no YouTube app or anything. There's some apps that it's just not there for whatever reason
On the Surface?
on the Surface.
There's not a
So
YouTube app?
no, it's really weird. But so that's like a little frustrating going from the Apple products to something else. It's because like Apple is it's so convenient. Like
Yeah.
everything is so convenient with the way they have their products. But yeah, they can be super annoying.
Even setting up my new phone was really easy too, because
Yeah.
I got the new one. I took both of them home, and then you just have to have the phones right beside each other, and your stuff will sync over, just like that.
So you didn't trade in your phone?
No, I did. I just brought it back to the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. You could take it home and kind of like do that process in your comfortable your own living room.
Yeah, I think it was a little different because I did an online order, so I like picked it up.
Gotcha.
In the store. Mm. So that might have been why.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, so I'm on the new iPhone. I think it was the worst time to get it, and this is like so superficial and privileged of me to say, but the Face ID doesn't work when you have a mask on, and you can't program it to register your mask because it'll ask you to remove whatever's covering your face.
Yeah.
So it's just one annoying part of it, since there's not like a thumb, there's not like a home button anymore, so I can't just easily get in. But that's the privilege in me talking, saying that.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a great week. How's your week been?
Good. We ended up coming back Saturday like you did.
Mm-hmm.
Got everything unpacked, all that good stuff. I think we're gonna try to do a yard sale next week just to kind of clear out some stuff in the house.
Nice.
So I've been pulling out boxes so we can get stuff in there and kind of get everything set up.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to sell a couple things on Let Go and Facebook Marketplace. That is the worst experience of my life.
Really?
Like I've sold stuff on there before, but it's just like people are constantly like, "Oh, is this available? Is this still available?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they don't respond again. Or like today, I'm trying to sell like this wood lathe that Brittany had gotten for free like years ago. We've just never used it, and buying all the stuff for it is probably going to be pretty expensive and just kind of not worth our time.
Yeah.
So I tried to put it up for sale. And I had this one guy, he lives like 4 hours away. He's like, "I'll come get it." And I'm like, "Dude, you're 4 hours away." And then he was like, "Well, go ahead and can you put it on hold for me or something?" I just didn't respond. And then another guy was like, "Well, we were in the mountains." He said, "Can you send like some more like closer pictures?" So I said, "Sure." So I sent those over. I went out to the shed like 3 times today, sent him a bunch of pictures, and he's like, "I'm not interested." I'm like, "All right, man, that's fine, that's cool." But yeah, it's like so many people like asking you if it's still available, and they don't follow up with anything. I'm like, why would you even? It's annoying.
Yeah, like why? Especially if it's a yes response, like why wouldn't you reply back to your initial inquiry?
Yeah, like I'm trying to sit. It's not gonna work for anybody like listen audio wise, but there's like a TV stand in the background that I'm trying to sell right there.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a couple of inquiries, and one guy was like, "Do you deliver?" And I said, "I guess I can. I mean, I have a truck." it's not a big deal. But I've had like 4 or 5 people want that thing, and then after like the third or fourth like message, they just ghost.
That's
Like,
so
what-
weird. I've
Yeah.
sold games on Lyco before,
Yeah.
and I mean everyone will try to, go lower on the price.
Oh, of course.
So it's like I put something up for $25, and they're like, "I'll give you $5 for it. I'll give you $10 for it." It's like that's not even worth the drive to meet
Yeah.
you and sell this. Like, I don't know. I sold 1-2 Switch, and I'm still upset about that because there were so many times where I wish I had 1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
That was
we
kind
should
of
have played that. We should have played
You
that.
have it?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the last time I sold games.
Yeah, I think a few years ago. I think it was right after I sold The Division for like $3 at GameStop. I was like, I'm never trading in games again.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's better just to collect them and have a cool looking collection than fund your next game. I guess it's different when you're a kid and you're not exactly making money.
Yeah. I definitely. I mean, there's tons of games that we wouldn't be able to play if we didn't trade stuff in. So I mean,
Yeah,
definitely beneficial. I think it's just that time, the time in your life where it helps out. But yeah, once you get older and you just kind of buy everything. Yeah, just trading in stuff. It's
like when you have a kid, you have all the time in the world, but not enough money to play games. But when you grow up, you have no time and you have enough money to buy. Yeah.
But it was a good week. Let's dive into what we've been playing.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I will start off first. Still chipping away at Paper Mario. Of course, we played some Clubhouse games. And man, playing the Mosaic mode. I mean, granted, there's not a lot of games you can play. I think it was like 4.
Yeah, 4 games. In
Super
Mosaic
cool.
mode.
Super cool how that works. We were playing like the little race car game. It's like a toy race car game or whatever, and it's super simple. But you take the 2 switches, or I think where you can have more, and you kind of push them up against each other, and the track will change depending on the angle you put it at. So it was really cool seeing that in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of, it was almost like a myth to me because I had never seen that. And I think you could do it for Mario Party as well.
Yeah.
But I had never seen it in practice before. So it was awesome to see in person.
Yeah, it was super cool. And Clubhouse games, man, just so much fun. Like,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is. Like, I mean, that yacht's good.
That yacht dice. I will say playing with more than 2 people is extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
Because there were like 6 games you can play with more than 2 people, and if you're doing online, you can only have 1 person per console.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had 3 switches there, or 2, I guess, 2 active switches, and we could still only play with 2 people essentially. So
yeah, that's a little annoying. I kind of wish they had maybe some more games that had more than 1 person.
Yeah.
But yeah, those games are fun, and they're super quick too, so you can easily just trade off pretty quickly.
So I think you cut out a little bit again.
You good?
It's probably on my end.
Yeah, you kind of cut out for a second.
All right, I think we're back.
We're good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's super easy to kind of blast through those games and trade off if you need to. So, but other than that, I did play BioShock 2. It was Sunday, and I just got like a really, I don't know, I felt like kind of nostalgic. I wanted to play some BioShock, and I had never played the second remaster. So I fired it up, and I was really enjoying it until the frame rate was like horrible. Like it was like almost in like the single digits sometimes. Like it was, even with nothing going on the screen, it was
really.
Yeah, like I played it and I was like, man, I don't remember the first one being this bad on the remaster, of course.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I'm not, if I can't figure this out, I'm not gonna play this anymore because it was a horrible time. And then I Googled it and stuff, and it seemed like there were some issues on the PC. So I was like, well, what is going on? I mean, because there was a couple of updates when I did the game.
Yeah.
When I fired it up, because I think the last time I played it was like 2018. And then I fired up the original one just to test it, and it was super, super unplayable with the frame rates. I was like, well, what the heck? So I kind of did some more Googling, and someone suggested because I've got all my games on my external hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
They said put it on the regular internal drive and see if it works any better. So that's what I did, and it runs flawlessly now. So I think it's just because the internal runs it runs faster. Like it'll run the data faster than an external.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of thinking, I guess going forward, if I ever have like a big issue with frame rate, that's what I'll do first. Because I was kind of curious to maybe if when we were playing Ori, if that was the issue.
Well, I was running mine on.
Oh, you were on the internal?
Because I didn't have the external set up.
Okay.
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 That wasn't a Ori problem, I think.
Gotcha. But I've never had that issue before, so I was. But now, now it works great, and I'll probably end up finishing it because it's man, BioShock 2.
Yeah.
Anyone who's never not played that game, it is such an underrated game. I think it's better than Infinite.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know if it's better than 1. 1 is so just classic. I mean, God, that game is so good. But yeah, the story's cool. Playing as the Big Daddy's awesome with all the weapons you unlock and stuff. And man, that world is just so cool to just walk through and get all the audio tapes. And like that's one of the very few games where like I wanted to collect all the audio tapes just because like I just want to know so much more about that story. And I really do hope they make like another BioShock kind of set in Rapture, because I mean Rapture's such a cool place, but they may have done everything they can with Rapture, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else they could do to expand on the world while remaining in Rapture.
I mean, I would love to see maybe like one that's set before like the events, like I think it takes place I think everything goes to hell like at the New Year's of 1959 or something like that. So maybe something like that takes place before that, but yeah, super cool.
And you kind of see it, you kind of live through everything devolving the chaos. I wish more games did that. Yeah. And I think we've talked about this before, especially with The Last of Us, but I wish more games put you at the same time as the whatever apocalyptic event is going on, instead of 20 years later or 10 years later or 5 years later.
Yeah. That's one thing I loved about Dead Space 2 is when you got back on the ship, like you kind of saw everything happen, like all the necromorphs kind of come alive or whatever. So you kind of got to see like the fall of that. I can't remember the ship's name, but the fall of that ship. So that was cool. But yeah, I would love to see like a BioShock TV show or something. I think it would be really cool. So I don't know, man. I love that universe. That's so cool.
It is a good universe.
But other than that, I think that's it.
Nice. All right, let me get out my list. Try to work this. All right, so I've been obviously still chipping away Paper Mario, Crosscode, but everyone's, I've beaten to death on both of those.
Yeah.
Other than, I did finish Carry On.
Sweet.
Carry On. And what an amazing game. Amazing ending.
I'm glad you liked it, because I feel like I super hyped it up that one podcast.
You did.
So yeah, so I was like, I really hope he likes it, because man, it's so good.
Yeah. I got a little lost at the end. There's a part where you get out and you're kind of in an open world at that point.
Yeah.
Trying to find out where to go. So I think I looked it up. I don't remember, but I was right near it, and I just needed to go there. So having no map wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was only once or twice I got lost, and it was towards the end of the game. So, I mean, like you said, I think the last podcast, like it makes sense as like a story narrative, I guess, or a story design, because like you're a monster, so you don't really know where you're going. You're just kind of fumbling your way through this world.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't really detract from the experience a lot.
No, not really.
But definitely like a solid, I'd say like a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
game.
Yeah. Like I said, it's one of my favorite games this year so far. If you have Game Pass, I would definitely recommend playing it.
Yeah.
I would even recommend. I mean, how did you feel for the price? I think it's what, $20. Do you feel like it was worth it?
I think it was worth it for the sheer enjoyment
Yeah,
I got out of it. I
yeah.
mean,
It's not a long game. I know you can go back and kind of, finish up some of the collectibles and stuff like that.
mm,
Or the DNA samples, I guess I should say. But yeah, very cool game.
yeah, very, very cool. $20 on the eShop.
Yep.
Free on Game Pass if you want to buy it on Xbox or PS. No, it's not on PS4.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah. So just Xbox and Switch and PC potentially, but
cool.
yeah, $20. Pick it up. Aside from that, I downloaded and played Grounded.
Okay.
From Obsidian, the survival game from Obsidian. You talked about it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you were pretty spot on with your description and thoughts on the game.
Yeah.
And I didn't get too deep into the base building parts, like those mechanics of the game. I really just played through, I guess, as much as there was of the story, where you finish the finish that main quest, and then you get another. You meet this robot or whatever his name is, and he
Claptrap.
Yeah, you meet Claptrap, you meet Mr. Claptrap, and then a dialogue or a message comes up, and it's like, pretty much this is all we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on going out and fighting and building up your base and getting more equipment and stuff. We'll have more updates as time goes on.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, after that, all you can really do is,
Just collect and stuff.
Yeah, collect, kill creatures, kill the big spideys that are chasing after you, which were pretty freaky.
Yeah, they were.
At night, like, holy crap. I like how there was an option for people who have arachnophobia.
Yes, that was really cool.
I don't know what it turns the spiders into, but I'm kind of interested to see.
Maybe they're just not there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe they're just big blobs.
Maybe. But yeah, they're that game has potential. Did you play with anybody or did you play by yourself?
I play by myself. I
Way
think
more
it would have been more fun.
way more fun. I don't think I could have played that game by myself. Or maybe I could have just to experience what little there is, but yeah, way more fun with somebody else. Especially in my case, I played with someone who kind of knew what they were doing. So they were able to guide me and kind of told me what to do and what to build and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it definitely has some potential.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. But that was pretty much it for me. If you wanna jump into the news.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, the first one, Nintendo, they did it again. You know, we're not getting any directs this year. Don't even plan on that happening. They're just gonna tweet out either 9 or 10 a.m. announce games, and this is exactly what they did
On a Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday or last Wednesday, they announced Pikmin 3 Deluxe for the Switch coming October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And this version has a couple of new features. I think there's some new content. It's $60.
Yep, $60.
Which is in line with everything, with every other remaster they've done so far.
Yeah, makes sense.
They did delist Pikmin 3 from the Wii U eShop, and it was $20 on there because it was a Nintendo Selects title.
Ah, okay.
So if you wanted it on the Wii U, you can't get it anymore. Not that there are
Unless
many people out there, but
yeah, unless you go to like your local game stop or something.
Yeah. So are you excited for this?
I actually am. I have not played. I played a little bit of Pikmin 3. I think you let me borrow it, and I didn't like get very far. So yeah, I'm excited, and it's got co-op through the whole campaign. So that's
cool.
That's pretty huge. Like that's something me and Brittany will probably definitely go through. Speaking of co-op, I want to drop this in here a little bit. If you're on Game Pass, they added that game, The Man of Medan. It's the people that did. Oh, what's that PS4 horror game?
PS4 horror game.
Yeah, it's like it's like a TV show almost. Oh gosh, you have.
Oh, you talking about Before Dawn?
Yes,
Until Dawn.
Same developers. I'm blanking on what their name is, but they have that dark pictures anthology, and that's the first one. So it's like a horror game, but yeah, I'm excited. I think me and Brittany are gonna play through that, so we'll probably play through that either maybe tomorrow or Wednesday or something.
Okay.
Start it off. But yeah, that game, and it's like it's really cool because you can. I went to the title screen and you can play. It's co-op, so but it's you take turns with the controller, so it looks like it's very interesting. So I want to try that out.
That sounds cool.
But yeah, pick back to Pikmin 3. Very excited. Definitely gonna pick it up. I mean, it's Pikmin. Pikmin's cool, and I don't think I know I played through 1, but I don't think I ever actually played through 2. So
I know I never played 1 or 2. I did play 3 on the Wii U.
Yeah, it's been a long. So, are you gonna get this game, or are you just gonna kind of?
I don't know. Probably not. I think I had my Pikmin fill.
Yeah.
With 3, I mean, I'd get a new one if it came out for sure. Yeah. But it does sound pretty enticing though. Like I played using the Wii remote, so it's kind of lame. I'd rather play with like analog sticks or use a touchscreen. I think there's touchscreen options. No, there might. No, I don't want to say that because there might not be touchscreen options. Like
I'm not sure. Maybe you can like tap it or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, like it sounds super enticing. We'll see, but I'm leaning towards no at the moment.
Until it comes out and you're like, bye.
You're gonna tell me, oh my god, Pikmin 3 is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it.
It's fun. The co-op's great.
Yeah.
You want to read the next story?
Yeah. So Nintendo released their quarterly financial report last week, and as boring as it sounds, there's some cool information in there. First one is Animal Crossing is the second best-selling Switch game in the entire 3.5 years that the console's been out.
It's Mario Kart number 1.
Mario Kart's number 1, but Animal Crossing sold 22 million units in 3 months, effectively, maybe a little less.
Insane. I mean,
2 months. Yeah.
You know, I didn't expect anything less, but man, that's crazy. Good for Animal Crossing.
Yeah, good for like the team that's on Animal Crossing. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat out Legend of Zelda, Super Smash Bros. And then Mario Kart 8 is on top with 26.7 million. A freaking Wii U port.
Crazy.
Is running the show over here.
It's a great game.
Yeah. No, it's a really great game. I'm glad Mario Kart's doing well. Glad Animal Crossing is doing well. I think Animal Crossing that'll probably pass 30 million by the time the year's over.
Oh yeah, especially going into the holiday and
yeah.
Once they announce another color or something for their Switch Lite, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be bananas.
Bananas, bro. The Nintendo Switch has sold 61 million units, which is, I think, like a million or less than a million away from the NES.
Wow.
So it's doing really well. I think it's behind the Wii. After the NES, it's just behind the Wii.
Yep.
So it's doing a lot better than the Wii U did.
God, yeah.
At 13.5 million units sold. I
think the launch of the Switch was better than the Wii U did lifetime.
Right. Yeah, it's sad, but
yeah.
R.I.P. Well, actually not R.I.P. because every single good game that's come out to the Wii U has been ported or is probably going to be ported.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, are there any games from the Wii U era that you still want to see? I know, Super Mario 3D World is a big question mark.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been rumored with this kind of Mario remake collection or something like that. I would like to see, pull over Wind Waker, I guess the Wind Waker HD one.
Yeah, Twilight Princess.
Any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I didn't play a ton on the Wii U. I played like Splatoon.
Yeah.
So not a ton. Maybe bring over Wii Sports Resort, whatever. That could be a pretty as well as, and we'll get to it here in a second. But as well as like Clubhouse Games done. 1-2 Switch. I don't remember what the sales number was for that, but I'm sure that probably did pretty well.
Yeah, it did a few million.
I feel like that could, do pretty well on the Switch. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. You don't want to see Star Fox Zero on the Switch?
Nah.
No, it was. I enjoyed my time with it. I really did.
Did you? You don't sound like you did.
I
I
don't
never
know.
really had an affiliation for Star Fox. Like I played the one on the N64 and thought it was kind of lame back in the day, and that was when it first came out. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I was in my
Star Fox
Wii U
Adventures
denial.
for the GameCube was cool, but
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's a 3D adventure right there.
yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah, I was in my Wii U denial phase during that point, so I was like buying every Wii U game and
Yeah, no, I mean the Wii had fantastic games. I just was not about that motion life, so I just never got into it until kind of like the end.
you got to get with the motion. I tell you this every time.
Nah.
You got to get with the motion. And you got to get with looking at your screen while also looking down at your gamepad at the same time, like Miyamoto intended you to do with Star Fox Zero.
Nah.
You got two eyes for a reason, bro.
No, never, never again. Never again.
All right. Well, speaking of Clubhouse games, did we? Yeah, Clubhouse games and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition both passed 1 million sales.
Sweet.
So that's I'm really happy for Monolith Soft. They kind of had 2 home runs with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and then their remaster.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see Xenoblade Chronicles X come to the Switch, which was a Wii U exclusive, and
Yeah.
I'm sure sold so poorly.
Oh, I'm sure. God, I'm sure.
Which is really sad because I mean they put a lot of time,
Yeah.
not only developing it but kind of advertising it as well. So I'd love to see that come to the Switch and kind of have a resurgence in a way.
Yep.
But yeah, so those 2 are doing pretty well.
Sweet.
Do you want to read the next one we got here?
Yeah. So Suicide Squad, the game got announced, that one that's been heavily rumored from Rocksteady. Now, did it get a proper name, or is it just the Suicide Squad game?
I think it's just Suicide Squad.
Okay.
At least until their official announcement later on.
Yeah, I think it's
month.
later on this month, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that got announced. Cool. I'm ready to see something new from Rocksteady.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's going to be, multiple characters or whatever. We'll see. And then there was also the Marvel's Avengers beta. That happened over this week, right? I think
it was over this weekend.
Pre-order the game or something, you get access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks cool. I'm kind of not shocked or anything, but like it looks cooler than I thought it was. It looked better than that reveal they had like a month or so ago.
Well, you thought it looked good?
I thought it looked okay.
I thought it looked pretty bad, I'm gonna be honest.
Really? Oh, I didn't watch a whole bunch of videos. I just kind of saw like snippets, and from what I saw, like it looked okay. Like I saw like a video of like Iron Man in it. I was like, okay, I mean, it's cool. But you must have watched a lot more than I did.
Well, I watched probably like a total of 10 minutes, and I saw like the Hulk gameplay, which looked pretty clunky and wonky.
Yeah.
I watched the Thor gameplay, which looked really limited for what you're playing as,
Yeah.
Like a superhero. And then I saw a little bit of Iron Man gameplay, and that just kind of looked all over the place. So I don't know. I thought it looked pretty bad. That's just me. I didn't have high expectations for this. No. And even then, it still kind of looks like a PS3 or Xbox 360 game to me.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of which, Crossroads came out. Is that what it's called?
Oh God, did it really? Oh,
yeah. You'd be surprised.
The Fast and Furious game?
Fast and Furious Crossroads is out, baby.
I thought they delayed that until like the launch of Fast and Furious.
No, it's out, and I got a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it looked awful.
From Push Square, I think. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I think it's. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they kind of like they pissed a lot of people off when they announced that Spider-Man exclusivity to the PS4 version and PS5 version or whatever. I think we just talked about this last week, man. I hate it. Just like I mean, I guess that makes sense, Well, no, it doesn't, because Sony doesn't own Spider-Man. They own the rights to the movies for Spider-Man. So
yeah,
it's just annoying. I mean, I know they have the Spider-Man game, whatever. Um,
What gives
yeah,
them the right?
yeah, it's just I
Yeah.
hate exclusives like this. It just nobody really wins.
Yeah, no one wins. I mean, I guess you could say the PlayStation owners win.
Did you win? I don't know. Whatever. I'm probably gonna end up passing on this game. I mean, it may come out and be awesome. I would like to. I mean, I like Marvel, so if it turns out that it's super awesome, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I like Crystal Dynamics too. Like
yeah,
they're a great developer. I think their efforts could be better put elsewhere. I don't know if they're the right developers for a Marvel game, if that makes sense.
yeah. I would like them to kind of stick to Tomb Raider-esque stuff, but yeah, what can you do? I don't know anything about this game, Fall Guys, but it's been all over the internet for like the past week.
It has taken over the internet, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, this game has 2 million copies sold on Steam. It's on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now or whatever that is.
Yeah,
But basically, people can get it for free on PlayStation, and it's Devolver's biggest launch ever for a game.
Wow.
So you don't know anything about it? You don't know what it is?
Not really. I haven't seen any videos. I've just seen like some of the people I subscribe to on YouTube and stuff have talked about it and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know anything about it.
It's just like a big. There are 60 people, and it's almost like you're going through an obstacle course.
Okay.
Kind of like a Wipeout-esque obstacle course where you're easily getting hit by things and falling off. And the whole point
was this announced like earlier this year?
I think so.
I think I know what you're talking. I think I know what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's,
okay.
it's pretty cartoony in nature.
Yeah.
And the point of the course is to weed people out, and then you'll finish the course, and it'll take like the top whatever amount of people, and I think you'll do another one and do another one until you get down to the winner.
Okay. Cool.
So you go through a few courses, and there's apparently I haven't played it, but there's a great variety of courses that you can play through. So there's not just like 8 courses that you're playing. I think there's a
sounds cool.
Seemingly endless amount.
Is this on the Switch?
No, it's just on PlayStation and Steam right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would 100% play it if it was on Game Pass or Switch.
Yeah.
But I think they're waiting to develop it on those 2 platforms.
Okay. Cool.
But if you have a PlayStation or a PC, I would check this game out. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Next one, the Series S potentially got leaked by the new Xbox controller packaging. Mm-hmm. I think someone had gotten a hold of it, and it says it right on there, Series S, Series X. So I mean, we know it's coming. It's coming. Like they'll announce it here in a few weeks. So
it's all but confirmed at this point. Yeah. It's just how much is it going to be? What's the price of this bad boy?
Oh, I did have. So I don't know what happened. So like, I play me and my friend play a lot of Dragon Ball Z Fighters or Dragon Ball Fighters. And I don't use the stick to play fighting games. I always use the D-pad. And when I came home Saturday, the D-pad was really messed up. So I didn't know what was the issue. So I ended up opening my thing up, and I think the sticky part, the sticky tape that goes on over the motherboard, is messed up. So I ordered a new one. So I got that coming in. So I've kind of learned how to open up my controller here. So
you're ordering a new piece or a new controller?
A new sticky piece. It's like $8 for it.
Nice.
Because Brittany was like, or my friend was like, just order a new controller. I was like, they're like $60, and like the new console's coming out here soon. But then like yesterday, I was telling Brittany about the thing, and she was like, well, why don't you just get a new controller? And then I was like, well, actually, you can like build your own. So like I went to the Microsoft website and did like the create a controller or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, man. I'm kind of enticed. It's like $80 for everything I want, but it's pretty nice. It's like purple and green, and it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I've played around with that before, and it's man, it's freaking enticing.
Yeah, you can get some cool stuff. But all right, sorry for the side tangent, but what's next, Nick? What's next on the list?
What do we got here? Crash 4 is potentially coming to Switch. I think there was like a leak in the code.
Yeah.
or someone did some digging in the code and found a reference to the Switch version. So
Makes sense.
yeah, it's probably coming next year. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's done. I imagine it's probably done pretty well for on the Switch with the Insane trilogy, and yeah, Toys for Bob, man, they're kind of becoming like a really nice. I mean, 'cause they did the Spyro, right? They did the Spyro remaster. They've done the Insane trilogy, and then they got their shot at a proper Crash sequel. So we'll see. I kind of want to see what the game looks like before like I pick it up because I'm not like a huge Crash fan.
Mhm.
Hopefully this does really well and they could do a new Spyro because that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I'm all for some new Spyro.
I'm just not a fan of how they've treated the Switch. Releasing Spyro and Crash like a year later.
Yeah, it's almost like a huge kind of like a marketing thing. Like you get your initial push, and then you maybe get like some second dippers into for getting on the Switch or something. I don't like that either because I can't imagine that porting in something like that. And again, I'm not a developer or anything, so I don't really know. But I mean, it doesn't look like the graphical power that you would need to port it to the Switch is that much different than what you would need like on the One and PS4 because it doesn't seem like it takes like that much power to I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's annoying.
It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah,
you don't need another year of development. Toys for Bob.
And then the next one, I thought I had it up. Did I delete it? Maybe I did. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. This is about Twitch Prime.
Yeah, I got an email earlier about it.
Oh, you had an email about it?
Well, I have Prime or whatever, so I got like there we go. Okay, yeah. So Twitch Prime, if anyone's familiar with that, it's part of your Amazon Prime subscription. You can go on Twitch and you can give a Twitch sub to your favorite streamer or whatever. But it also gives you like discounts on games and some free games and a bunch of like cosmetics and stuff like in-game loot and stuff like that. But they have rebranded to Prime Gaming. So I think it works exact same way as Twitch Prime does. It's just, I guess, maybe a better name. Makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But I'll read the exact email I got in case anyone that didn't get it. So it says, after 4 years, Twitch Prime will be rebranding to Prime Gaming on today, August 10th, to make it clearer for Prime Gaming members to discover all the gaming benefits their membership offers, including must-have content for popular games like FIFA 2020, League of Legends, Doom Eternal, and more, and free monthly subscriptions.
Nice.
And then it says, what will this mean for you? For Twitch streamers, when Prime members use their free Twitch channel subscription, Twitch creators get paid exactly like any other subscription, more opportunities. It means more chances to grow your viewership across a wide range of gamers from Prime gaming base, creating opportunities for every streamer. And then for the viewers, surprise, nothing changes. If you're a Prime member, you will still have access to free in-game content every month for some of the biggest titles out, and you'll just have even more options to choose from. Free indie games because a variety is the spice of life to discover your next favorite video game.
Nice.
And then a free monthly Twitch channel subscription for you to use on your streamer of choice.
That's cool.
So yeah, it just seems like they're rebranding a little bit to make the name make more sense. And then hopefully, because none of the stuff that they've offered as far as like the free stuff has been super enticing. Like they'll give free loot for like Call of Duty and stuff like that, but any of the free games haven't seemed like amazing. So hopefully maybe we'll get a little bit better stuff with that subscription.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah.
Seems like they're buckling down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Twitch is huge. I mean, we didn't talk about it, but they or at least I don't think we did. Microsoft shut down Mixer, kind of Twitch's kind of rival, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff moved over to Facebook Gaming. So there's one less streaming platform out there. So I think maybe Twitch is trying to buckle down a little bit more to try to stay at the top of the streaming services.
Yep, that's right.
So yeah, Nick, you want to read the last story?
Yeah, this news came out today, but Last of Us 2 is getting a new permadeath mode, as well as 2 additional difficulty options to make the game even harder. This is pretty cool. I'm never gonna play the permadeath mode because I don't want to be throwing my controller out a window.
Yeah.
But I mean, more options are always good. Whether it's an easier game or a harder game, I mean, it's cool that I don't know. It's always cool seeing this post-release content update. These post-release content updates like this.
Yeah.
One I can think of was Fire Emblem that got additional difficulty after it was released, which is cool. So
I don't think it's. I think it's just permadeath and then that one extra difficulty. I don't think it's.
It's just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of reading here. So like permadeath, pretty self-explanatory. If a player dies, they got to start from the beginning of the game. And then grounded, it's ultra high difficulty mode. Enemy damage is tripled. It removes the HUD and the listen ability from the game, and pretty much strips the world of supplies. So it's like, I don't know, just super. I guess probably super realistic, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's cool for people who enjoy to hate themselves and play these kind of game modes.
Well, that's why it's called grounded, because it's grounded in reality.
Yeah. I think it comes from like a Last of Us, the original Last of Us, that multiplayer mode, which it's been heavily rumored for a Last of Us 2 multiplayer. So that could be kind of interesting to play.
I'd be in for that.
But yeah, I thought I was thinking of something else from The Last of Us, but I think I forgot it.
Just how good of a game it was.
Yeah, great game. Fantastic game. But yeah, I think that's it. Anything else you could think of adding, Nick?
I just want to say this is a big month coming up. And there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of speculation, but I think maybe not by this time next week, but the week after that we'll know the prices for both consoles, and well, maybe not both, maybe just Xbox, but
yeah, I think
we'll know a lot more.
I think Xbox kind of has to, if they're going to reveal, I don't know, if they're going to reveal the Series S, I feel like they kind of have to drop the price at this point. I mean, the fact that Sony kind of trolled everybody with announcing 2 consoles and then not do price. I mean, we talk about this every week, but we got to know, man. We got to know the price.
I do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I do think Microsoft's prices are going to be lower.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they have to, kind of coming out the gate. I don't know how much lower, but could be a big difference. And it could, I mean, we did a poll on our Twitter, which is Gaming WT Bros on Twitter. So if you want to follow us, just check us out on Twitter. But we did a little poll, and 80% of the people are planning on buying the PS5 come launch. And I mean, that's before knowing any pricing details. So I think we're going to run that poll again once we get some more pricing information and see if that changes any.
Yeah, pretty interesting, because I just feel like, I don't know, I maybe because all these Game Pass games are going to be on everything, that maybe that kind of, I don't know, not necessarily hurt the Series X, Series X, but I don't know, maybe a lot of people feel like they don't need to upgrade to the Series X versus the PS5. So who knows if that'll hurt Microsoft in the long run, but I think at this point they're trying to just get Game Pass subscriptions first and foremost, and then sell the consoles. But yeah, kind of interesting. I'm still on Team Xbox for day one, but I don't know.
Gotta play that Halo.
Yeah, got it. Oh yeah, I want to play the Halo on the newest console.
I want to play 120 frames per second Halo.
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
But like Nick said, follow us on Twitter. That's Gaming WT Bros. So if that's a place you want to send us like questions or anything for the show, instead of emailing in, you can do that as well. we'll probably run like weekly polls or just something that we can kind of be like, communicating with the fans of the show.
Yeah.
And you can also email us in as well. That's gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com. Like I said, you could send us questions. Doesn't have to be gaming related. Just kind of anything really. That being said, appreciate Nick. It's been kind of like a pretty a crazy 2 weeks for the show. I mean, we've gotten so many downloads and listeners, kind of out of nowhere. It's been pretty fun to kind of watch and see the numbers go up
from all over too. So
Yeah.
thank you everyone who's watching from different states or different countries. I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of crazy. So
I would love to hear how you guys found the show. Like if you just randomly were searching on, your favorite podcasting platform and just kind of, ran into us and liked what you heard or what it was. I'm kind of curious to know how you guys heard the show. But yeah, like we said, just appreciate everyone that's been downloading and just share the show, man. If you have friends that like video games, just let them know what we're about and just a couple of bros having a good time.
Yeah, and we're not going anywhere. We're gonna keep rain or shine, day or night. We're gonna keep doing this. So we're in for the long haul.
Yep. So every Monday around 8:30 we'll be going live on Twitch. And then I should be getting the show posted usually the same night. I've been pretty good about doing that. And then then I throw it up on my YouTube channel. We'll have all the links and stuff in the podcast description. So yeah, just been appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for checking us out.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.